will be delivering 1 aircraft per week into India over the next 10 years. But this is on the market side. But more importantly for Airbus, in the last 40 years since it's been in India, but more importantly in the past 10 years, our global strategy for India and as India's strategy, what we have developed is that it's built on 4 major pillars of cooperation. The first being in the area of engineering, the second being in the area of customer services and training, third being in the area of manufacturing partnerships, and fourth being in R&D innovation and the new accelerator programs. From these 4 perspectives, I'll focus a bit on 2 of them, but 2 of them will give a very quick overview. But all of these, in fact, center around with Make in India as the heart of a strategy. In the year 2015, April, after Mr. Modi took over as the Prime Minister, one of the first visits he made overseas was to Airbus. And there what he had seen was not to see what Airbus does globally, but more importantly what we showcased there was what Indian companies do for Airbus. We took about 13 companies from India, including LNG, and what do they do for us and for the Airbus company, and what do they do for India as such. On the engineering side, we have approximately about 500 engineers here in Bangalore on our own engineering center who work on advanced designs in the area of aeronautics, flight systems, simulation, plus materials for Airbus globally. We also work with partnerships with about 45 different companies in India on the engineering side and the manufacturing side. More on the engineering side, we've got centers of excellence in India with companies like Quest, Axis, Cadis on the pylon, fuselage components, design areas, and there approximately about a good amount of work is done by more than 200 plus engineers in each of these centers. But we also have strategic partnerships with many other companies in India in the area of IT and other systems. That's other piece. But the second major part for us on customer services, what it means is just not about customer support, but more about setting up the programs for training for pilots and maintenance engineers. From our maintenance engineering training center in Bangalore, we have done approximately about 3,000 engineers, airline engineers have been trained thus far in the last 10 years, both for India as well as for other countries in the neighborhood. And we are just setting up a new training center for pilots in Delhi. We just broke ground last week before last. That will be training approximately about 800 pilots a year, not only for aviation, not only for type rating, but also for upgrade to command programs. At the same time, India needs approximately about 24,000 pilots, and therefore we need to build up these capabilities. On the manufacturing side, we have got partnerships with companies like Dynamatics, HAL, plus a number of others, where we build the flat track beams and the forward pack stores here in India. And these are the kind of things which have actually matured over a period of time. And these are all sole source. Flat track beams for Airbus commercial is sole source in India with Dynamatics. And that's something extremely important because if one shipset doesn't go out, it doesn't really impact the production line in Toulouse. But the third area for us is on R&D and innovation. In the R&D side in India, we've got a major center called the Emerging Technologies and Concepts Group. This particular center here actually works on disruptive and breakthrough technologies, both for scouting new technologies worldwide to know what we should know, but also the management of knowledge on what we already know. These technologies are going to be the future for the company, not just in aerospace, but also imbibing technologies from other domains into aerospace. What we have recently done also that set up an Airbus Biz Lab here in Bangalore, where we also work with startup companies who want to work on innovative ideas which can be converted to profitable businesses for Airbus and also for the aerospace industry in totality. But the heart of the whole activity for us for the future is going to be on more of manufacturing activity, build up the ecosystem, work on the R&D aspects of it. Today, we do approximately about $500+ million worth of activity in India on the manufacturing side, and also it is going to grow forward much more in the future. Having said this, overall, we also participate in setting up initiatives for skill development. What we did on the managerial side was we set up the first collaboration between Toulouse Business School and IIM Bangalore for offering a 2-year MBA program in aerospace management in India. Just the first batch is going to graduate this year, and we'll see how this goes further. And I'm sure it will be doing pretty well in terms of bringing in a pipeline of managers who can manage both the R&D part as well as the manufacturing part and also the maintenance part in the future. Overview, this is just a very quick snapshot in the interest of time, but I would like to state that Make in India is the heart of our strategy today. It is a part of India in every Airbus aircraft, and this will be set to grow as we go forward. And as we go to the next speakers, I will take some questions, and I think we can have a better discussion on this. Thank you very much.